Okay, this is reciprocal identities and Pythagorean identity. Now, we've already learned about that the sine of an angle is the same as the y on a unit circle, the y value of the point, and the cosine of an angle is the x value of the point. But these are some other definitions. Basically, you'll notice that the cosecant is basically the reciprocal of sine, and the secant, that's this one, SEC, is the reciprocal of cosine. So if this is 5, this is 1/5. Or if this is 2/3, that's 3/2. And tangent and cotangent are also reciprocals. This is y over x, and that's x over y. You'll need to memorize these because they won't be given to you. Given that sine is 8/17 and cosine is 5/17, finds tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Well, the tangent is just y over x. Also, you could just say that that's the sine over the cosine. So if you take 18/17 and divide by 15/17, that's going to be 18/17 times 17/15, or 8/15. The cosecant is the reciprocal of the sine, so that would be 17/8. The secant is the reciprocal of the cosine, so that would be 17/15. That's this one upside down. And then finally the cotangent is the reciprocal of the tangent, so that's 15/8. Now, how do you find the cotangent of 5 pi over 4? Well, first you have to find 5 pi over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be pi. Instead of naming it 1 pi, we can call it 4/4 pi, which means this is 2/4 pi. Whoops. So 1/4 pi, 2/4 pi, 3/4 pi, 4/4 pi, which means that 5/4 pi is right here. Now we practiced drawing triangles. We said we found the angle position, and then from there we went towards the x-axis and then back to the origin. So this is a 45-degree angle, otherwise known as pi over 4. And what we can do then is draw our sides. We have hypotenuse is 1. This is negative square root of 2 over 2 because it's going left from the origin, and it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle. This one is also negative square root of 2 over 2 because it's down from the origin and it's a vertical side. And again, a 45, 45, 90, the two legs are going to be square root of 2 over 2, positive or negative. Now the cotangent of this angle of 5 pi over 4 is going to be the x value divided by the y value. So that's negative square root of 2 over 2 divided by negative square root of 2 over 2, which is just 1. The next one, negative 9 pi over 4. This over here would be negative 4/4 pi. So if I counted around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that would be negative 8/4 pi. And if I go one more, that's negative 9/4 pi. So that is my terminal side of my angle, back towards the x-axis and back to the origin. This is a pi over 4 angle, which is a 45-degree angle. So this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Hypotenuse always is 1. Sides are square root of 2 over 2. This one's going to be positive because it's a horizontal going to the right. This one's going to be a negative because it's a vertical going down. So the secant is the reciprocal of the cosine. The cosine is just your x side. So if I take my x side, which is square root of 2 over 2, and I flip it upside down, I get that. Now I'm going to take that and get the radical out of the denominator by multiplying on the top and the bottom by the square root of 2. So that gives me 2√2 over the square root of 4. And the square root of 4 is just 2, so those two cancel and I just get square root of 2. The cosecant of negative 5 pi over 6, well, if we go all the way around the circle to here, that's negative 1 pi, but we're going to call it negative 6/6 pi. So that this is negative 3/6 pi, which is halfway there, so this would be 4 and 5. So negative 5/6 pi would be here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's our terminal side, starts here, rotates over there. Now we draw our triangle, one side back towards the x-axis, and then back to the origin. This is a pi over 6 angle, which is the same as 30 degrees. So, what side is always opposite 30 degrees? 1/2. But since this is a vertical side going down, we have to label it negative. Hypotenuse always positive 1. This is a horizontal side. This is going to be a pi over 3 or a 60-degree angle. And opposite that is always the square root of 3 over 2. However, since it's going left, it's horizontally going left from the origin, that's going to be negative. All right, now cosecant is going to be the reciprocal of the sine. Sine is your y value, so we take negative 1/2 and we flip it upside down and we get negative 2. All right, the secant of 11 pi over 6. All right, let's find it first. Going all the way over here, this would be 6 pi over 6. 7, 8, 9, this would be 9 pi over 6, because this is 3. Halfway to 6 is 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 pi over 6 would be right there. Okay, and if I go all the way around, that's going to be 12 pi over 6. So I know I did that correctly. Okay, so here's 11 pi over 6. I go down the terminal side, I go back towards the x-axis, and then back to the origin. Now, this angle right here is pi over 6, which is otherwise known as 30 degrees. Opposite from that is 1/2. However, since this is a vertical going down, that's negative. Hypotenuse always 1. Horizontal side, it's going to be positive, but this corner down here, if this is pi over 6, then this is pi over 3, which is the same as 60 degrees. So that gives us square root of 3 over 2, and it's positive since it's horizontal going right. Okay, so what is the secant of this angle t, which is 11 pi over 6? Well, it's the reciprocal of the cosine. The cosine is your x value. So if I take my x value and flip it upside down, I get that. And again, we're going to have to multiply by the square root of 3 over the square root of 3 to get the radical out of the denominator. So I get 2 times the square root of 3 over the square root of 9, which is 2 root 3 over 3.